Hello everybody and welcome back to Pop It and Purse It, where we unbox and review, ta-da, Mega Spacemolly 400%, any blind box item, and explore luxury goods whenever we can. You guys know I love it when we complete a series of 400%, and today we're going to be doing that with what they've released, the Donald and Daisy Duck. This was only released in Asia, so we did not actually get it in the US, but I was able to get Daisy Duck when I had visited Shanghai, China, but I totally regretted not getting Donald Duck, especially because they had released this 100% that has both Donald Duck and Daisy Duck. And so now I was like, well, I probably need Donald Duck in my collection so that they can be BFFs. So anyway, I now have the 400% and we're going to be unboxing it together along with the 100% so that I can display both of them with their 100%. And I don't know if they had released this in 1000%. I would probably check before I release this video. But anyway, I am so excited to see what he looks like, or well, it's Molly, right? So what she looks like in a Donald Duck suit outfit. So let's go ahead and unbox. So let's start off by unboxing the 100%. Obviously, this is a hang card. What that means is you can see what they look like, you know, just looking at the purchase itself. So let's go ahead and unbox. So I actually do not keep the containers for the hand card. Actually, the only boxes that I keep are the 400%, not because I sell them, I don't resell, but I do keep them because if I do move to another home, if I move and relocate, I want to be able to store them in their original packaging so that we can keep them pristine, right? So that's, you know, the 400% I do keep, but the remainder of my collections, I don't usually keep the boxes. So let's go ahead and look at the 100%. We will start off with Daisy because I do have the 400% already open. Ah, Daisy! So I'm gonna go ahead and open up the visor so you can see her. So she's a complete one-to-one of the 400%. The suit patches are the same. The color of the cable that goes from the front to the back is also the same, and then of course the back side is also the same with the bow. So let me just show you and remind you what this one looks like, and I'm also going to put the link to the video of when I unboxed Daisy Duck. So let's just go ahead and look. So this is what it looks like at the back. It's exactly the same. We have Daisy Duck on one of the canister and then the pink bow on her helmet instead of the Spacemolly logo. So that's what it looks like. So it is one-to-one. Sometimes I feel like they change what's inside the canister. So I was really hoping that there would be something special, but it is exactly the same. And then let's look at the camcorder. So the camcorder is also the same. This one has Molly on both sides. And then, of course, it has that teal, very metallic color, and also the pink that they've used for Daisy Duck. So that is the 100%. So that's actually... Oh, am I putting this right? Oh, yeah. Sorry. I had to, like, move it. So that's what she looks like. How cute. So she has the signature mole, the signature lips, and the rosy cheeks that we are all familiar with. My item's a little damaged. Like, do you guys see that? Has scratches on the visor, but anyway, it's so hard to get these guys. So sometimes, you know, if it's like small kind of imperfections, I actually just accept it because I don't want to have to deal with like shipping it back to Popmart or to the personal shoppers that I have. It's just not worth it, especially because this is 100%. If it's the 400%, I will definitely find a replacement. So that is Daisy. And then let's look at Donald. So Donald's a little bit different, right? So Donald Duck doesn't have that pink in any of the suits. So he's more of the blue and yellow, the sunshine yellow. Actually, this is more on like a mustardy yellow if you can see it from the camera. And then she has the all blue suit, similar to the box of the 400%. But right away, I noticed that she doesn't have the bow. But guess what? It's in here. So is it magnet? It is magnetic. Oh my gosh, how cute. Oh, I'm gonna lose that. I hope I don't lose it. Well, my 400% collection is actually in a very special cabinet, so hopefully I don't lose it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's not a very strong magnet, you guys. So if you ever get the 100%, just keep in mind that you might need a tack glue, like one of those things that you can put it together like a glue, but you can also remove it when you're ready to remove it. So it's not like a permanent glue. And then she has the Donald Duck in her canister, similar to the Daisy Duck, but instead of the bow, she has the sailor icon on the back of her visor. So again, I'm using her because it's Molly, right? And then she has her signature mole, her lips, and her rosy cheeks. How cute. I love that the red bow is magnetic. That's super cool. Oh my gosh. And then let's look at the camcorder. So the camcorder is white, blue, and that mustardy yellow. So it's not a really it's not mellow yellow, which is like a really light yellow. And it's also not the sunshine yellow where like it's in your face. It's more like a mustard. Like there's a green hue to it. So it kind of reminds me of like the vintage Donald Duck. So see how like when I reach out to it, I held the suit and I almost dropped the bow. So just be careful with the bow because it is going to be easy to drop it and then lose it. So just FYI for everybody. Oh, how cute. So we're gonna stand her right beside Daisy until we open up the 400%. I am so excited to see what this looks like in person. Now I'm super excited to open up this 400%. This takes a long time, you guys. Whenever they don't release anything in the US and I have to order them from my personal shopper, she has to look for them. She has to ship them to herself to confirm authenticity, and then she ships it to me. So it takes a long time for us to get it. But anyway, let's go ahead and unbox. I really love the box of the Donald Duck and the Daisy Duck because they're like vintage looking. I love the black and white outside of the actual 400%. And if you guys remember the newer release of the Mickey and Friends, their secret for the series and also for the Demu Mickey and Friends plush pendant. Wait, no, not the Demu, but just the series and the cell phone holder. Those are also black and white. So that's pretty cool. And then we all know the side view of Molly. I'm not going to go over the box in detail because there's really nothing special on this box except for I love the fact that the color is black and white. So let's go ahead and unbox. Ta-da! Well, I didn't wait until I took her out because the items are actually falling. So let me just take her out from the packaging. All right, so this is not our typical unboxing, but I just wanted to make sure that we remove Molly from the bag just because you all know what she looks like as Daisy Duck, so I don't have to go over it in detail. So I wanted to share what the feet looks like. So again, whenever they do a collaboration, one side of it will have the Kenny's Work and the Popmart logo together, and then the other feet or foot will have the collaboration logo. So as you can see here, it has the Disney logo and then it says Mickey and Friends. So let's see what she looks like as Donald Duck. And you know what? I'm kind of wondering if they're gonna have like 400% of the rest of Mickey. I mean, we only have Daisy and Donald. Where's Minnie and Mickey? And where's Goofy? And where's all of the, you know, the peeps, right? Ta-ta-da-da! So this is Donald Duck. Oh my goodness, how cute. So this one is very similar to the Daisy Duck. It has the shadow icon of Donald Duck with his beret. It would have been so cool if this 400% have the beret itself, similar to, you know, the other ones like the what is that called? Oh my gosh, I totally forgot. The one with the helmet, right? The black and white Durian Man. It would have been cool if they have a helmet that you can actually put as a magnet to Donald Duck's suit. But yeah, they kind of missed that opportunity. And then they have the space logo in here. Let me take off all the plastic. We all know our routine. So far, I love this color. You guys all know that my collection started off with just the pastel color Mega Spacemolly. But they haven't been releasing pastel color ones except for the Valentine's releases. So I kind of want to just expand my collection to non-pastel color Mega Spacemollies. So this is Donald Duck. Oh, look at the lips. I love that the beak is actually on the helmet itself. But also, you all know there's a special thing that happens in this Donald and Daisy if you've seen my Daisy unboxing. So let me just take this off. All right, let me show you. Ta-da-da-da. I I love it. So they match now with the beak. So again, this is magnetic. You can display her as is with the helmet down and the beak is still there. Or I actually display Daisy Duck with her actual beak. Ta-da! How cute is that? This is so much cuter in person, you guys. When I saw this on photos, I wasn't actually sure if I wanted to get both. That's one of the reasons why I only got Daisy Duck. But the more that I look at Daisy Duck, I'm always like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have gotten Donald Duck as well when I was in Shanghai. So this one has this mellow, oh, look at this. This is a lighter color than the boots. So this is almost like a mellow yellow cable that goes from the front of the suit all the way to the back. But then the boots are a darker kind yellow, like or a mustard yellow. So I'm not sure if my camera is actually capturing the difference between this yellow and this one. But in person, they are two different yellows. So that's pretty interesting. And then I just wanted to check. So this has the newer mechanical version. So as you can see, it's very quiet compared to my 2023, 2024. So same with the right hand. And then I always check the helmet to make sure that they're pretty secure. This one has the same eye color as Daisy, but guess what? Daisy has that glass looking icon on her eyes, but Donald Duck only has like a just plain gray eyes, which is kind of cool. That makes her a little bit more, I guess, feminine, Daisy. And then of course, Daisy has an eyeshadow, which you're not gonna see in any of the Mega Space Molly except Daisy. And then this one just have the regular Mega Space Molly look. She doesn't have the eyeshadow on her eyes. So that's pretty cool. And then let's look at the canister. So this type of Molly has a very, very, very simple canister. It just says Donald Duck in one of the canister. It doesn't have the A and B gas label. And then of course they kept it really, really simple. And I don't know if it's because they really want to capture the vintage look of the Daisy and Donald Duck. So let me just put Daisy beside Donald Duck so you can see the difference between the two. Again, it's not just the color. Daisy is kind of like a purplish, not periwinkle, but she's purple, but more on the blue tone. And then Donald Duck is super blue, just like the, well-known Donald Duck color. And then this one says Daisy Duck with Daisy's shadow in there. And then this one, it has Donald Duck and then Donald Duck shadow. So that's the difference between the two. How cute. I love the bow and I love the sailor hat. But again, they really missed the opportunity. I wish that Donald Duck had the sailor hat, the actual sailor hat that you can actually put as a magnetic hat on him. That would have been a pretty cool, kind of like artistic or unique feature of Donald Duck. But let's not forget that he also have the red bow. Similar to the 100%, this is magnetic. So let's put his bow. Oh, so see, this one is pretty strong compared to the 100%. I mean, that makes sense, right? Because if you're putting a magnetic feature on such a tiny, tiny figure, it's going to be harder than putting a bigger magnet that is stronger on the 400%. So again, this is 1-to-1. The only difference between the two is that the 100% does not include the beak. And the 400% include the magnetic beak, not just the magnetic bow tie. So that's the difference between the two. And then let's not forget the camcorder. So let me just open the camcorder. We all know that they package it really well. I wish they do the same with their other products. But at least for my collection, the 400%, it's always really well packaged. So this one only has 3 colors, right? So you have the white, the blue, and then the mustard yellow that we have seen. Actually, this is the mellow yellow that matches the cable. It does not match the boots. So now do you see the difference, right? So this one matches the cable. This one does not match the boots. So the boots is actually kind of like a mustard color, similar to the mustard boots that Daisy Duck have. How cute. Oh my gosh, they look so good together. So that is our Donald Duck. This is our 100% Donald Duck. And then let me just take Daisy Duck out of the platform so you can see them both side by side. Daisy's a little bit more bougie, I guess, because she has this like a metallic cable on her, but Donald Duck, I guess the special feature would be the magnetic bow. So that is Daisy Duck with her little mini me. How cute. Oh my gosh. I am so happy that I have both of them now. It's always so great. Such a great feeling to have the series collection together. Again, I'm still working on budgeting for my Sanrio series, so that one is taking a little bit longer because they are pretty pricey. So if you guys want to sponsor a video and you want to send me one of the Sanrio, I'm still missing Kuromi and Hello Kitty and My Melody on my series for that one. So I'm still trying to save up money for that collection to be finished, but this is what we look like. So let me just move my camera. These are the 100%. They are super cute. Look at the 400% and their beak, their magnetic beaks and magnetic bow tie for Donald Duck. She is looking so cute with her Donald Duck outfit. And then of course, our Daisy Duck. I love the eyeshadow and I love the color that they added on the cable as well, which is very metallic. I hope that you guys like that video. Until next time, bye everybody.